All right. Today's date is 4/24/23, and the very first thing I need you to do is to trace your left hand on your paper. Yes, just trace your left hand with your pencil. We are tracing your left hand. Try your best. It's going to take up most of the page. Trace your left hand. Has to be your left. If you're a lefty, here's another thing that's problematic for you.
Does it have to be open or closed?
Open. Some separation. A little bit of separation. It's fine. No one's judging it. All right. It's fine. Okay. Of these 5 fingers, which one has the maximum amount of power? Your thumb. Hence thumb wars, right? The reason we play thumb wars is because your thumb can handle it. So we're going to call that thumb the maximum. Max for short. Maximum power is your thumb. Okay, of all these 5, which one has the minimum? Your phone should be off. Your pinky has the minimum amount of power, so we're going to call that the minimum. Min for short. Which one's the easiest one to break? Pinky. Minimum amount of... Let's try it. Okay.
I heard that your pinky is like as strong as a baby carrot. It's just you can't bite it off because your body's telling you not to. It's like a little baby. Your body does automatically.
Your body won't let you bite off your finger.
Okay, cool. I missed that YouTube video. Must have skipped it. Anyways, what is in math? What does median mean in math? Middle, right? It's your middle number. Cool. Middle finger. We're going to not call it the middle finger. We are now going to call it the median. So, your middle finger is now called your median. Why? Because the median is the middle number. So, you can now consider your middle finger the median. Okay. Now, the next part really is, you won't understand it. These 3 you should understand, like maximum power, maximum, minimum power, your pinky's worthless. Your middle finger, it's in the middle, okay? Now the next one, your ring finger, the one next to the pinky, is called your lower quartile. Yep. Means nothing to you right now. It will maybe in a second. Lower quartile. Q-U-A-R-T. Yep, but it's an A.
What's the index? The upper quartile?
Lower quartile and then upper quartile is your index finger. Yeah, pointer. It's called, the proper name is index finger. I wonder if the ring finger has a real name. What, ring finger. Ring finger. Hence, yeah.
This is the pinky, this is the ring finger.
Yeah, but like,
Middle finger.
like this is index.
Oh yeah, index.
But like, yeah, I don't know. All right. Now, this will be helpful later in about 5 minutes, okay? We're going to come back to this in 5 minutes, Leslie. All right. Our official lesson is called the box and whisker plot. A box and whisker plot. Box and whisker plot. It's a random graph that's very random, but we learned it in 7th grade. You might use it in statistics in high school. Super random. It's pictured in your packet. It's this one. This is called a box and whisker plot. Okay? So these are your boxes and these are your whiskers, like a cat whiskers. On Wednesday, I will teach you how to do this one, which is called a dot plot because it has dots on it. And then maybe on Thursday, I'll teach you this, which is called a stem and leaf plot. But today's is this one. This will take us 2 days to kind of understand. This one's super easy. These two are super easy compared to this one. All right. All right. So with a box and whisker plot, you are given a list of numbers. So let's write these numbers down. 8, 6, 10, 4, 12, 2, 18, 16, and 14. 8, 6, 10, 4, 12, 2, 18, 16, and 14. Let's say I interviewed a couple of you, and I asked you, how many cousins do you have on your mom's side? Okay? And this is what I got. Some of you have 8 cousins on your mom's side. Some of you just have 2 cousins on your mom's side. Okay? Let's just pretend that's what I asked you. How many cousins do you have on your mom's side? And you gave me this list. Now, I'm going to take this list and I'm going to create a box and whisker plot. So the first thing you have to do with these numbers is put them in order. Okay? So go ahead and put these numbers in order. Smallest number first, biggest number last.
On the side?
Put them in order. Ashley, did you put them in order? Smallest number, there's not hard to do. What's the smallest number? Cross them out as you go so you don't get confused. Did you notice a pattern? Did it on purpose. Should be 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18. 2, 4, 6, 8. You know, did it on purpose. All right. So first thing is put them in order. First thing is to put them in order. Second thing is your phone should be like 5 feet away from you. Okay, that's like 2 inches, but we'll take it. Second thing you have to do is find the minimum and maximum number. Find the minimum and maximum. We can abbreviate min and max. This is really hard math, guys. Really, really hard math. I know. What is the minimum? 2. 2. The minimum is the smallest number. What is the smallest number here? 2. Like your pinky, the smallest one. What is the maximum number? 18. So hard on the math. Huh? You know? I actually did use this. Believe it or not. 2 and 18. Okay? Now, the third thing you have to do is now find the median. How do I find the median? Middle number. Cross them out and literally use your pencil to cross them out. I had some students use their fingers. It's cool to use your fingers,
10.
but this time I do need you to use a pencil. Cross them out, left, right, front, back. Circle the number in the middle.
Yes.
So front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. I told you that math is hard. So far, so good?
Yeah.
Okay. Now comes the new vocabulary. But the math is actually easy. The vocabulary is hard, not the math. So now you're going to step 4. Find the lower quartile and upper quartile. Find the lower quartile and the upper quartile, and we abbreviate it as LQ and UQ. Upper quartile, lower quartile. The vocabulary is what makes it hard, not the math. Okay. Close, but no. No. Okay. Lower quartile. Lower means bottom, right? Okay. So look at the numbers. Here's your median. I'm going to cover up what's on the top. I am just focused on the numbers on the bottom part, the lower part. I need you to find the median of the lower part. So the middle number of the lower part. So cross out the 2 again. So you see how I make an X now? And the 8. Oh no. I have 2 numbers in the middle. 4 and 6. What's in the middle of 4 and 6? So guess what your lower quartile is? 5. Upper quartile is what's in the middle of the upper part?
15.
What's in the middle of the upper part? I don't know. Let me double check. Yeah. So cross out the 12. Cross out the 18. What's in the middle of 14 and 16? 15. So you're finding median again. So you find median actually 3 times here. So upper quartile is 15. Yay. We're not done. So this is just finding the numbers that we have to graph. Now we're going to create something that looks like this using the numbers we found. Okay? Stay with me. Math is not hard at all. It's just, time consuming. Draw me a number line. I need you to go 0 to 20. 0 to 20. Zero to 20. All right. You are going to graph the minimum, the maximum, the median, the upper quartile, and lower quartile using dots. So, what is our minimum? What do we write down as our minimum? 2. So we're going to put a dot floating in our number line. What's our maximum? So we're going to put a dot on 18, floating. What's our median? 10. So a dot on the 10. What's our lower quartile? And our upper quartile? So we're going to have these 5 dots on our paper. you put a dot in the values that you found before. Each dot represents one of your fingers in order. So if I put my left hand on here, the first dot is my pinky, which is my minimum. My lower quartile, my median, my upper quartile, and my maximum. So when you're looking at a graph and you're like, what does that number mean? You put your finger on it and go, it's my middle finger. What do I call my middle finger again? My median. This is my median. So they'll have you identify what each dot, Isaiah, means. And you use your left hand to remind yourself, this last dot, that's my thumb. That must be my maximum. All right, so now let's create the most wonderful box and whisker plot in the world. The two dots are connected by a whisker. The last two dots are connected by a line, which become your whiskers of your cat. Then in the middle are your boxes. They're like rectangles. And rectangles here. So here is your box and whisker plot. They are created by your 5 dots. The first two have whiskers, the last two have whiskers, and in the middle are your teeth. This is called a box and whisker plot. Kind of looks like a kid with braces, in a way. Or a cat with some teeth sticking out from the whiskers. Okay. This is called a box and whisker plot. A lot of things are happening. Remember how I said this was how many cousins you had? So 2 would be the minimum amount of cousins, and then let's say one of you has 18 cousins, right? Could happen, totally. On average, what is the median amount of cousins in the class? 10. So imagine getting this graph and they ask you that. What's the maximum amount of cousins in the class? 18. What would be the median amount of cousins in the class? Median, middle number. Okay? Each section is worth 25%. Each section is worth 25% of the data in the class. That makes sense. What's 25 plus 25? 50. So the median is 50%. Makes sense. In the middle. All right. We're going to go into the packet. We're going to be skipping so much in the packet. We are actually going to start off on page 8, number 2. Page 8, number 2. So go to page 8, and we're going to go to number 2. Page 8, number 2. Here they already collected the data and drew a box and whisker plot. This is how many cell phones were sold in the month of January to September. Okay? Let's look at our left hand. Don't worry about the questions. Look at the left hand. So, what does the first dot represent? My pinky. What does my first dot represent? My pinky. What do we call our pinky? Minimum. What do we call the ring finger? Lower quartile. What do we call the dot in the middle, meaning my middle finger? Median. I'm going to abbreviate it MED. What do we call my pointer index finger? Upper quartile. And what do we call our thumb, our big strong thumb? Maximum. Even if you don't remember all of them, if you can remember minimum, maximum, and median, you already got 3 down, right? It's just the lower and upper that might be more confusing because they're newer. But at least the minimum, you're like, pinky, small, minimum. Fat, thumb, maximum power. All right, are we okay? Okay, now let's read the question. Letter A. Write the median from the above graph. So I'm looking for the median.
20.
What dot is that?
20.
No. What dot is your median from your left hand? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4, or 5? 3. So look for the third dot. And draw a line going straight down. Okay? What is the median? Okay, B. What is the least number of smartphones? Ooh, what is another word for least? What's another word for least that we're using? Smallest, which means minimum. So least is another word for minimum. All right, draw a line from the minimum going straight down. So what number is the minimum? Okay, write the third quartile. Now, I didn't tell you what third quartile is. What do you think it is? It's one of your fingers. Third quartile. Third quartile is another word for upper quartile. The lower quartile is first quartile, the median is second quartile, and the upper is third quartile. Okay, upper quartile, that's this one. And I want to say it's a decimal. Yep, it's a decimal. What would be the decimal? It's 48.5. So if I were to draw this down, this is 48, that is 49, but my orange line is in between 48 and 49. What's in the middle of 48 and 49? 48.5. Okay, let's go over to number 1. Okay, write the first quartile. What's another word for first quartile? Lower quartile. Okay, draw a line going straight down on the lower quartile. Which dot, first off, which dot is lower quartile? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Second one. So draw a line going down from the second dot. Go straight down from the dot. Go straight down from the dot, second dot. And guess what? It's in the middle. But count how many little lines. This is 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, but it's in the middle. So what's in the middle of 15 and 16? All right, which dot is the maximum? Which dot is the maximum? The last one. Draw a line. That one's not. If you had a ruler, it would be easier to see. Well, that's why I drew it. What is the maximum number? Okay, median. What dot number is median? Huh? Yeah, but what number dot? Third one. So this one. Oh, it's in the middle again. So what is the median? 20.5. I think if you get this on the test, there wouldn't be decimal, or it would be clearly, you can clearly see it's in the middle. This one's hard unless you draw your lines. Yeah. Okay, let's go to page 6. Might be the last one. Maybe. Page 6. Okay, so now you're going to create one. What's the first thing we have to do? Okay, so go right here, put the numbers in order, and cross them out as you go. So which is my smallest number? 8. So I'm going to write 8, and I'm going to cross out the number 8 so I don't get it confused. You have put your numbers in order. So let's do the minimum. What is the minimum number here? 8, right? That's easy to find. What's the maximum number? 39. Should you be able to answer those two questions on your own without us? Yes. A minimum is the smallest number. Maximum is the biggest number. they ask you those questions, man, those are easy questions to ask. Now, quartile 1, also known as lower quartile. Quartile 2, what do you think that one's also known as? Median. And quartile 3 would be upper quartile. Okay. Does it matter which one we solve for first?
No.
Yes. Which one do you think we have to solve for first?
Lower.
Median. Because you start with the medium and then go, okay, so these are my lower and these are my upper. Okay, so find the median first. You have to do this one first. You have to do that one first. Cross them out. Go. Cross them out. Front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. All right, what's in the middle? 23, circle it. Okay. The reason I like to circle is so that you can identify, like, okay, this is in the middle. Now you can do lower or upper. Lower, what's in the middle of the first part? So you cover up the medium and the rest. What's in the middle of these numbers? Cross them out again. Richard, what'd you get? So can we put the iPad away? Excuse me?
What?
What are you doing? I'm asking you for the answer to lower quartile. So let's put our iPad away and let's find the lower quartile. We shouldn't be this lost. At this point in the period, we should know how to quickly find lower quartile. Okay, what's the lower quartile, guys? Yeah, so then I make like an X. I go the other way. And it'd be 11. Okay, the upper quartile is the upper part. So what's in the middle of the upper part? Yeah, cross them out. And it's 32. Is the math hard? No. It's just like a lot of vocabulary to learn, but all you're doing is finding middle numbers. All right, let's put the dots. Where do I put the dots? On these 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. These 5 numbers. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So put a dot on these numbers. On 8. Put a dot on 8. Floating. 39. Floating. So they're all floating dots. And then the first 2 are connected with the whisker. The last 2 are connected with the whisker. And then box in this. And box in this. All right. We're good? Okay. Let's start number 2. How do we start this off? Put them in order. Put them in order. So put number 2 in order. All by yourself. You're just putting them in order. Make sure we're putting them in order, Richard. Smallest number first, writing it down. Should take everyone a couple more seconds. Cross them out as you go. If you forgot a number, squeeze it in somewhere. $60. 67, 69, 72. All right. That's the hardest part, is putting them in order. Don't mess it up. Put them in order. All right, what's the minimum? What's the maximum? What do I find first? Lower quartile, medium, or upper quartile? What do you have to find first? Median. You have to find the median first. You can't do it any other way. front, back, front, back, front, back, front, back. Ooh, what's in the middle? 58. Ooh, lower quartile. Good. You're going to have two numbers in the middle, but it's pretty easy to figure out what's in the middle of those two numbers. An upper quartile.
68.
Good. Very good, guys. All right, so let's put some dots on our paper. Is this getting a little bit easier? It's just it's a lot. I actually had to do this in college.